Hey guys, we're going to soon talk about Friday Night SmackDown for this week. This is the SmackDown after Saturday night main event, and we are in Knoxville, Tennessee. We're going to cover more soon at the red carpet ring. Don't miss out.
If you come at the king, you best not miss.
Acknowledge us.
Hey guys, we're here at the red carpet ring. We'll talk about WWE SmackDown Bianca Belair returns. We are in the last SmackDown of the month of May. We have one more week until Money in the Bank, which will be a week away. You guys get the lights as we come into the ring. We're going to go over the review and everything else will happen on SmackDown. Now, we first kicked off SmackDown with Bianca Belair returning. She's in her hometown. This is the first time we've seen Bianca Belair in the WWE ring since WrestleMania 41, since losing the triple threat match for the Women's World Championship against Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. She still has a dislocated finger. Now, as she come out, she talk about how glad it is to be home. Naomi interrupts her. She comes out and Naomi just sick with it. She said, Bianca, I tried to get in touch with you, voicemail, text, whatever. You haven't hit me back. And we see Bianca Belair, her mother and father in ringside. Her mother's in a wheelchair. She said, if you don't get with the program, I'm gonna put you in a wheelchair like her mom. Definitely got major heat from the crowd since Bianca's Belair hometown. We soon after, Bianca Belair just told Naomi, I don't want to hear anything you got to say. You lied to me. We're not cool no more. You took our friend Jade out. Soon after that, Jade Cargill comes out, her interest hit, and then all hell just breaks loose. But this was a great way to kick off Friday Night SmackDown. Great way to kick off SmackDown. Now, we had here a match. We did have here. This was a solid match, too. We had Javon Evans from NXT, himself, and Rey Fenix. They had a tag team match against Legado del Fantasma. Them guys came out. Very good surprise. I wasn't expecting to see Javon Evans on SmackDown. I think he did very well in his debut on SmackDown. He is bouncy. Very good tag team match. These guys definitely went back and forth. We saw Ethan Page, the North American champion, at ringside. We saw that as well. But very good tag team action. But at the end of the day, it was Los Garza that defeated Javon Evans and Rey Fenix. And, Rey Fenix, I know he kind of slipped up. He almost missed the Hurricanrana. But definitely a good match. I like Legado del Fantasma. They began a lot of momentum going in. It would seem like it's some friction between Santos and him. But other than that, good match for these guys. Then another part of SmackDown we had tag team champions come out. We were talking about Street Profits. They came out. They cut a promo. They talked about Fraxium, and then everybody just came out. You saw DIY come out. You saw Fraxium. You saw MC Motor City Machine Guns. They came out. And long story short, we saw Wyatt Sicks. They came out. We saw them from last week. They came, wreak havoc. They attacked all tag teams. So it looks like at some point we're going to get. It seems like we're going to get a way where we're going to get all these tag team matches to compete against one another. Will be a gauntlet match. Will be a fatal four-way match. Whatever the case may be, we'll see how it's going to go. But other than that, this was a good segment. Definitely a good way to bring the Street Profits, to prominence with their tag team run, and Wyatt Sicks to let them know they're a good contender. But this was a very good, solid one. I like how this went down. They just wreaked havoc, but we'll see what happens next with all these tag teams on Friday Night SmackDown. Let's go on to the next part of the show. We saw a one-on-one match. We saw Alba Fire go one-on-one against Women's United States Champion Zelina Vega. Of course, the Her service came in. Chelsea Green still bruised up in Saturday night main event. She got the mask on her nose. So, of course, she was in there trying to help out the Alba Fire and Piper Niven. Didn't work out too well for them, unfortunately. But, they tried everything they could at the end of the day. But going to be one winner in the matchup. But we did see Alba Fire put out a good effort. She tried everything she could against Zelina Vega. But Zelina Vega was able to get the pinfall victory. She was able to get that over Alba Fire. But it seemed like it's still some miscommunication between the team. So we got to see how that's going to go at the end of the day. But it seemed like they're going to get it right at some point. But I won't be surprised if the Her Service disband sometime or later. Or it could be Chelsea regaining the Women's United States Championship at a later time. Only time will tell what's going to happen. All right, the next part of the match, we did see Jacob Fatu. He competed in the men's qualifying match for Money in the Bank. He went against Andrade and Carmelo Hayes. And, of course, we saw Solo and JC at ringside. But this was a good, solid match. It looked like early on that Jacob Fatu had some advantage going in. Looked like he was the odds-on favorite to win the match despite being United States champion. But they got him later on. Carmelo and Andrade, they worked together to try to get Jacob out. Then we saw Carmelo and Andrade going at it. It looked like it was some good near falls between Carmelo and Andrade. So this match could have went either way. But the turning point of the match was when Solo interfered while Jacob was doing his moonsault. Solo told him do another one. And it caused friction between those two. Now, it looked like Melo had it beat. He had Jacob out the ring. But then we saw Andrade get him out, and Andrade won, and he's going to qualify for the men's Money in the Bank. But let's get on to the last part of the show. The last part of the show, we did see Cody Rhodes returning to SmackDown. The first time we see him in SmackDown since losing at WrestleMania 41 for the WWE, the undisputed WWE Championship. So he came out, he talked how him and Jey Uso was going to team up. And how they're going to take out Logan Paul, John Cena. Now, we saw Cody Rhodes, get me wrong, at Saturday Night's Main Event, but I'm talking about SmackDown, and this is his show. But this is the second time we see him overall, first time on SmackDown. Let me make that clear. But other than that, we saw those two out there. And then we later saw John Cena and Logan Paul. And John Cena said what he had to say. Logan Paul said what he had to say. And Cody Rhodes was talking about how, that Logan and Cena may not work, talking about the peacemaker and all that. But other than that, they both attacked Logan and Cena. Jay and Cody stood tall. But let's go over the key moments that happened on Friday Night SmackDown. A lot of good key moments that's going to set up for a future storyline. Could be at a PLE Money in the Bank or shortly after. So we got to talk about what's going to be a good setup for these storylines as a whole. What's going to get things going, getting motion, what's going to be set up. Now, one thing I did see for a key moment there, we saw Julia backstage. She was eyeing Zelina Vega in her Women's United States Championship. Now, Julia is in the Women's Money in the Bank match, but it seemed like I don't think she's going to win. I do a prediction of that later on. I think she's going to enter a feud with Zelina Vega, and I could even see Julia being the next Women's United States Champion, beating Zelina Vega. So we're going to keep that in mind. Another key moment I want to talk about on Friday Night SmackDown, the tag team match. These men, Rey Fenix, Javon Evans, they're going to challenge for the North American Championship at Worlds Collide, same weekend as Money in the Bank. Ethan Page coming on here. This is all a test run. We see in the near future Javon Evans and maybe even Ethan Page come on to the main roster. So this is a key moment. This is up the match for Worlds Collide. We got to keep that in mind. We may see him on SmackDown in the near future. Then, of course, we had Wyatt Sicks. Wyatt Sicks has been off TV due to injury of Bo Dallas. Now they're back to get in motion. Now, this could go either way. Either the Wyatt Sicks are dominant or it's going to be a flop. But only time will tell. We're going to give them another chance. We're going to be patient to see what's going to happen. Another moment, Damian Priest. He cut a great promo talking about how, he's done with Drew McIntyre. He got the black eye. Now he wants to compete for a championship. And he's talking about Jacob Fatu's United States Championship. Could Damian Priest be the next United States champion in their future? Could he be the one to the throne, Jacob Fatu? Or they could just have a good rivalry, but only time will tell. Only time will tell what's going to happen next with that, as far as that goes in my mind. And also, we got to talk about the matches. We got the match that's set up, tag team match. Jacob I'm sorry, Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes. They're going to team up going against John Cena and Logan Paul. So this will be the last Money in the Bank. We're going to see John Cena. It'll be in a tag team match. No championships on the line. But we're going to see what's going to happen after this story here. Then, of course, updated of the men's Money in the Bank participants. Since Andrade has qualified, it will be Andrade, Seth Rollins, LA Knight, Solo Sikoa, Penta, and one more spot. And that will be determined by the last qualifying match on Monday Night Raw between CM Punk, AJ Styles, in a triple threat match. But let's go over the review of SmackDown. I'll give this show a 4.5 out of 5. I think it was a great SmackDown. Bianca Belair came back into the fold. Wyatt Sicks is still they're still making their presence known. We do have qualifying matches. We do have future feuds that are into effect. It's involving the Women's United States Championship and the Men's United States Championship. But other than that, you guys let me know what you think of Friday Night SmackDown. And that's all I have for WWE SmackDown Bianca Belair returns. You guys let me know what you think of the show as a whole and what you expect to see at Money in the Bank. Check out the video below for Red Carpet Ring, guys. Until then, guys, you already know what it is at this point. It's OUT.